Hello there. So, yes, I did read the comments on that last video, and I am entirely aware that it was like 98% my personal headcanon, but that's mostly because Bleach as a series doesn't really have like these massive scale attacks like things like Dragon Ball Z do, where like Frieza blows up a planet so we can scale him to be around star level in his first form. Bleach has like things like, oh yeah, Kenpachi with his eye patch on that limits his power by some unknown amount, looked up at a meteor that was falling, and it was about a third the size of the Serite, and it was going to destroy the Serite, but then Kenpachi destroyed it while still holding back because he wasn't worried at all. Let's figure out exactly how much of his full power Kenpachi used in his Shikai, then multiply that by 10 for his Bankai, then assume that he's like 80% as strong as Ichigo going full power. It's like stuff like that. We have like general ideas of what they can do easily, but we have no clue what they can do at their max potential. But I am going to show how Ichigo is a planet buster, a casual planet buster, how he is much faster than the speed of light, and how his durability is greater than that of being able to survive in a black hole, and how even if you don't accept that Kurohitsugi is black hole, I'm going to show that he is at least casually 6 times planetary with his durability. Stamina is kind of hard to measure because really we don't really get to see like Ichigo can sprint as hard as he can for 3 days, and then that's when his stamina runs out. We get like, yeah, Ichigo can be in a fight where he gets stabbed in the chest and then continues. Woo! Like, we just don't know what his stamina is. Like, we have a rough idea. He has amazing stamina, and so does Naruto. So, I'd say Naruto probably has an edge in stamina, but that's mainly just because we don't know Ichigo's stamina. But it's confirmed in the data book that Ichigo's original Bankai's speed is lightning speed. Now, that can mean one of two things. That can mean he's either Mach 286, if it's the downstroke, or if it's the return stroke, it's Mach 286,000. And yes, I'm rounding, because otherwise it would be Mach 286.831 and Mach 286,831. To keep the numbers simple, I'm rounding down. So, if we assume it's the downstroke that they mean there, that means Bankai Ichigo is Mach 286. Now, I'm also going to assume that the Hollow Mask is a similar increase to the Bankai because it's simple and, I mean, well, the reason it's about similar to Bankai from my estimates is Ichigo, without his Hollow Mask, was fighting Grimmjow sealed. I'm talking in Waco Mundo, not in the human world. He was fighting Grimmjow's non-resurrection with his Bankai and was keeping up. And I think he had the upper hand. And then Grimmjow uses his Resurrection, which I personally think that Resurrections are probably about Bankai because, like, we've seen characters getting completely screwed by, like, someone's Shikai, and then they activate the Resurrection. Or, well, in, like, the Urankar arc, we see, I'm just going to take Toshiro versus Holly Bell, for example. So, Toshiro is fighting Holly Bell with his Bankai, and the limiter that is placed on him. Halibel activates the Resurrection and is suddenly winning. Not by like a whole lot. Like, Toshiro was doing real good. Then she activated Resurrection, and Toshiro started doing pretty bad. Then Toshiro took off that seal thing that sealed his power to like 20%, I think is what it said. And then, with that 5 times increase, was beating her again. So I'm going to assume that a Resurrection gives you about the same level of power boost as a Bankai. So, I'm also, and using that, the Hollow Mask is about the same level of power increase as a Bankai. So that's what I'm going with. So that means that Masked Ichigo at the start of the series can move at Mach 2,860. Alright, so then I'm going to assume that there isn't any kind of power increase or speed increase between when he fights Byakuya. That's his name. The name was escaping me for a second there, but I got it. So I'm assuming no power increase or speed increase between Byakuya and when he fought Aizen. So this Mach 2,860 person is effortlessly dodged by Aizen in his first form. So, and I'm going to say to effortlessly dodge someone, you need, I don't know, double their speed. So Aizen dodged someone who was Mach 2,860 effortlessly, which by my guesstimate would be times 2, which leads to 5,720. Then, Post-Chrysalis would effortlessly just speed blitz this man, which I'm going to assume is, it's probably going to take more to effortlessly just blitz someone than to dodge them, so I'm going to assume like a 3 times increase for effortless blitzing. So, that would land Post-Chrysalis at Mach 17,160. Then, Dangai Ichigo effortlessly blitzes this man, grabs him by the face, and takes him elsewhere. We don't know exactly how far he went or how long it took, but again, for the effortless blitzing, I'm assuming it times 3 because it's easy. And that puts Dangai Ichigo at Mach 51,480. Then, we're assuming True Shikai is equal to Dangai because Yuha stated that Ichigo had regained the power he used to defeat Aizen. So we're going to assume he meant Dangai. That level of power because it makes sense. And if you want, I can make another, if you want it, I'll comment down below asking, or if you want it, I will leave a comment in the comment section on why that is. So then, True Bankai Ichigo, I'm going to assume Merged Hollow is also times 10 because it's simpler, even though it's probably higher, but True Bankai without his Hollow Mask would be Mach 514,000. With Merged Hollow, he would be 5,140,000. And now you might be asking, what's the speed of light? The speed of light is Mach 874,030. Meaning, this low-end estimate of Ichigo lands him at, here, I'll even do the math right now. That divided by 874,030, 874,030 equals, that lands him at 5.8 times the speed of light. Then, let's just go really hardcore. Alright? Real hardcore. Just get Ichigo's speed higher. Alright? This is going to also be a rather low-end estimate for him. We're going to assume that when they said speed of lightning, they meant the upstroke, which is 286,000. So, he can move Mach 286,000. He gets effortlessly dodged, which is times 2 because I'm using the same numbers and everything. Mach 572,000. That guy would get effortlessly blitzed by post-chrysalis Eisen, which lands him at already Mach 1.7 million. Then that guy gets effortlessly blitzed by Dangai, which lands Ichigo at, hey, wouldn't you look at that, 5.14 million. So, Dangai Ichigo is already 5 times the speed of light. Then, the same thing for True Bankai. Lands him at 51,400,000. Then, that times 10 for the Merged Hollow lands him at 514,800,000. That is... He lands at Mach 514,800,000. That divided by the speed of light, which is Mach 874,030. Mach 874,030. Lands him at 588.99 times faster than light. If you want, I'll go for a middle-of-the-road estimate between those two. Alright, we'll assume there's no speed increase between original Bankai with Mask and Dangai. And we're going to take the lightning upstroke because this, if we took the downstroke, would just be as if we cut off Ichigo's legs. So, that is Mach 286,000. Then True Shikai is equal to it. Then True Bankai, that times 10. Or no, that for just putting the mask on, just the original Hollow Mask, is 2.86 million. So already faster than light. Then add on the True Bankai because we're going to assume that True Shikai has equal speed to this. Why? Because this is going to be taking more of a middle of the road between 588.9 times faster than light and like 5.8 times faster than light. So then that times 10 for Bankai would be 28,600,000. Oops. No. Then that times 10 would be 286 million, which 286 million 286 million divided by the speed of light, which is 874,030, lands him at 327.2 times faster than light. All of those are only using numbers we have and the slight estimate of, the estimation of how powerful the Hollow Mask is. So, with all of that, Ichigo is faster than light easily. Choose which one you want. Do you want him to be 580 times the speed of light, 320 times the speed of light, or 5 times the speed of light? So, Ichigo is faster than light, significantly. And that's his in-combat speed because that's what the guides say. The guides say that speed of lightning thing is in-combat speed. So, no matter what, if you take the actual numbers and the multipliers that we know and can assume reasonably, Ichigo is much faster than light. Then, now for his attack potency, alright? And this is where it gets real crazy. So, when Ichigo destroyed that mountain, and by destroyed I mean he actually erased it from existence, and it's stated to be a mountain, and about an average size for mountain is like a quarter of a mile to a mile. We're going to take the quarter of a mile for the sake of lowballing, but we'll come back to the 1 mile wide. So, that is, he destroys it, and we're going to assume about 200 meters away because that seems like a fair distance considering how large mountains tend to be and the perspective we're giving. About 200 meters seems like a fair estimate. So, using the inverse square law from physics, which basically states that the further you are away from something, the weaker the shock wave is. Square the distance, so 200 times 200 equals 40,000. What's 40,000 times 0.25? Glad you asked. 40,000 times 0.25 is 10,000, so that means he could destroy something that has a width of 10,000 miles. Now, want some perspective for how big that is? The diameter of the Earth is 7,917.5 miles, meaning Ichigo is capable of parrying the Earth out of existence. Alright, so now we'll take that. He can destroy Earth. That 10,000 mile thing. Alright? 10,000. And then True Shikai is equal to Dangai. 10,000 times 10 for True Bankai. Oh, would you look at that? 100,000 times 10 again? 1,000,000. So, what's about 1,000,000 miles wide? Why, the sun, sitting at 864,000. Meaning that in his full form, he can parry the sun out of existence. Easily. And that's with the smaller mountain. So, let's assume that it's the full 40,000. Alright? The full 40,000 miles. That times the 10 for Bankai lands him at 400,000. Times 10 again at 4,000,000. What's 4,000,000 miles wide? Well, I'm not sure, but I'm about to look it up. What's 4,000,000 miles wide? Well, I cannot find anything on Google, but I'm going to look up what the distance between Earth and the Sun is. Distance between Earth and Sun. The distance between the Earth and Sun is 92.96 million miles. Ichigo is capable of destroying something that's 4,000,000 miles wide with a parry. So, yeah, that's kind of big. But you know what? Mercury is the closest. Mercury and the Sun. It's 35 million miles. So, Ichigo's parry will destroy something that's about a quarter as wide as the distance between Mercury and the Sun. So, wow, you know what that sounds like? That sounds like Ichigo's multi-star level, or possibly solar system level, with his parry. So, in other words, if he blocks your face, you are gone. And that's a parry. That's not even including, like, a strike, or a Getsuga Tensho, or a Getsuga Jujisho, or a Grand Ray Getsuga. Like, it's, like, impossible to even fathom how much more that would be, because we don't know exactly how strong he is. But, bare minimum, Ichigo's sitting at around planetary. Well, it's more like he's sitting at around, like, star level at the least, and at a bit higher, not as highest that we could get him to, but at a bit higher, he's sitting at about probably solar system with a parry. Like, Ichigo is insanely powerful. And then let's go on to durability. Alright, so Hado number, I think it's 90. Hado 90 is... Yup, it's Hado number 90, Kurohitsugi. It is a Kido that Aizen states when he says, that it uses gravity to bend space and time, and the reason that all those like blood things come up, like what happened with I think it was Komamura when he got hit by it, it's because spears come and pierce it. So Ichigo is standing in that box being pierced by spears inside of a black hole, and he just slaps it away. Just psh, no difficulty. And then Ichigo, he took no damage from that. So, you know what? Let's say that took all of his power to just slap it away. Let's lowball him here. Off of the Kurohitsugi. Alright, so the Kurohitsugi is sitting at black hole level. Shikai is sitting at Dangai level, so it could take a black hole. Bankai plus merged hollow means Ichigo could just take 100 black holes at once. So unless you think Naruto is gonna be doing that, then he loses. Unless you think Naruto can move at like quintuple the speed of light to 580 times the speed of light, and is capable of hitting harder than 100 black holes, and can tank like multi-star level attacks. Unless you think that Naruto is capable of doing that, Ichigo wins. But, you know, I hear you saying, I think it was either Wiz or Boomstick who was like, but that's not a real black hole. Let's take Aizen's Fragor. The Fragor. Aizen. So, it's a technique used by Aizen in his final form, where he throws a tiny sphere at Ichigo, and it makes a massive explosion, and that just burns Ichigo's arm. Alright, so, Ichigo gets his arm burnt. We're going to assume, for the sake of, you know, it being possible to calculate how powerful it is, we're going to assume that it's a planetary attack, because it hit Ichigo directly. So he probably absorbed most of the damage, and that's why it didn't just erase the planet. Ichigo blocks that, and just gets some burns. And then he can just use the arm like it's fine afterwards. So it's clearly not a very bad injury, so we're going to assume that that attack is equal to Ichigo's parry. So one Fragor is a planet attack. And then Aizen grabs Ichigo, surrounds him with 6 of them, and is going to shoot them at each other. Or at him. It's called the Ultra Fragor. He shoots 6 Fragors. Point blank. He's going to do that. And then Ichigo just slaps it away. Meaning Ichigo was capable of easily tanking 6 planetary attacks, but we'll say that's max Dangai. Took all his power just to do that. Ichigo can tank 6 times planetary. Alright? Now, Bankai with Hollow Mask is times 100, so that lands him at around 500 times 600 times planetary for durability. At least. So then, unless you think Naruto is capable of destroying hundreds of planets with ease, or moving faster than 500 times the speed of light, or tanking attacks that are like multi-star level, which are all low balls, by the way, then Naruto just loses. Because as far as I'm aware, Naruto's greatest feat is when someone sucked out his chakra and sliced the moon in half. So, even if we highball that and say it destroyed the moon, even though it just sliced the moon, and that the moon isn't hollow, even though the moon is completely hollow. So we're going to assume that that attack destroyed a full moon and not sliced a hollow one. That's still nowhere near Ichigo. And Sakura said it took almost all of his chakra. Meaning that after that, he was completely wiped out. So, like, he's like moon level. And, like, I hear some people saying, oh, but Kaguya was multiversal. No, her power was to manipulate these dimensions that she owned. Kaguya is not multiversal. Kaguya, I don't know how strong she is, but she's probably, like, around multi-planet. And you can't really scale Naruto off of Kaguya, because Kaguya was trying to not kill him and instead absorb his chakra, and it took Naruto and Sasuke and Obito and Kakashi just to seal her with a special technique made specifically to seal Kaguya. So, they didn't beat Kaguya. They used a technique specifically made to counter her. And it's kind of the same thing with Ichigo and Yua. So, the Still Silver Arrow was made specifically to drain his powers. But we can scale Ichigo off of Yuha, because when Ichigo first goes Bankai Merged Hollow, Yuha's like, I no longer have any room for error. Oh my goodness. I need to use my power to make you powerless. Boom. Take that, Ichigo. So, like, we're sitting here with just these horrendous things for Ichigo, like, yeah, his final villain murdered God and destroyed his sword, but he was threatened by him. And, like, it's just, there's no way to tell exactly how powerful Ichigo's peak is, but we can tell what his peak's casual is. Sitting at 580 times the speed of light. Which, that's not really casual. That's like just his movement. Or not movement. That's his fighting speed. There's his casual multi-star. Like, he just raises his sword. Stars will be destroyed. There's the black hole tanking that he did casually. There's the 6 planet tanking that he did casually. Like, Ichigo is just superior to Naruto in every form of everything except stamina. But stamina, it doesn't matter even if Naruto had infinite stamina. That wouldn't matter if he can't hurt the guy. And even if he could hurt the guy, it wouldn't matter if he can't hit him. Like, this fight is basically like taking someone who has infinite stamina yet is a baby and pitting them against, like, a fully grown adult weightlifter. Like, there's just no chance for the baby. Like, Naruto just loses. Because, and also Shadow Clones would be completely useless to him. Let's say he makes one Shadow Clone. Shadow Clones split the chakra evenly between them. Each of those Shadow Clones now has 50% the resistance to spiritual pressure. So, he would have twice as hard a time moving and existing. Let's say he makes 100, he just disintegrates. Like, if he makes too many Shadow Clones, he'll just die instantly from Ichigo's spiritual pressure. But he needs Shadow Clones to attempt to overwhelm Ichigo with just a sheer number of attacks. Like, he would have to make just a bunch of those like those weird Rasengan things, like the magnet release one and the lava. Like, he would have to make all those, merge them together, and throw like 1,000 of them at him to hurt him. Like, Naruto just cannot win. But, like, as I said, this is going for Ichigo. This is just how wrong Screw Attack is about Ichigo's power. And, like, there's just... Like, Ichigo is just better in every way in terms of power, strength, speed, durability, all of it. The only edge Naruto has is possibly stamina. And even that's just me not wanting to calculate Ichigo's stamina and saying, you know what, Naruto, you can have higher stamina. So, like, we're just sitting here with Ichigo being able to just glare Naruto away. Naruto coming too close to Ichigo dies. Possibly. So, like, we're just sitting here with all these things that are like, yeah, well, Naruto just gets straight fricked. Like, if any of you have things that disprove anything that I've said in this video, or if you have anything that, like, shows that Naruto is capable of moving, like, 500 times the speed of light, or is capable of, like, black hole level attacks, or even multiplanetary attacks, please tell me in the comments. And if you want, I'll research Naruto more and then do a video on Naruto's power. But this is just how powerful I could find for feats and, like, data book statements for Ichigo's power. So, yeah. Ichigo, way faster than light, and thus way faster than Naruto. Ichigo tanks multiple black holes, and thus way more durable than Naruto. Ichigo destroys multiple stars with a block, therefore way more destructive than Naruto. Like, just everything, every stat goes to Ichigo easily. Like, if you want, I'll go and research the frick out of Naruto and then make another video on how powerful Naruto is. Like, honestly, Naruto probably doesn't even have higher stamina than Ichigo. I just did that so he would have a leg up in anything. Like, he has more techniques, but I don't think that a Rasen Shuriken can take a Gran Ray Getsuga. Like, it's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna go very well. But, as I said, if you have anything that just disproves what I said in this video, even though everything I said is, to the best of my knowledge, is entirely factually accurate. But, like, I saw in the comments of the last one that, oh, Kaguya is multiversal because her power allows her to warp these dimensions. That doesn't mean she's multiversal. Like, it doesn't mean she's multiversal. Like, if I have a special power that allows me to warp a dimension that I created, that doesn't make me multiversal. That just means I have control over something I made. So, yeah, Kaguya isn't multiversal. And I saw somebody like, oh, so if powers that can warp universes don't make you multiversal, does that mean that, like, Odin and I forget the other people he used. He was like, does that mean, like, Odin isn't multiversal? Like, no. Because with him, it's not just that his powers can warp a universe. It's that he is capable of physically destroying it. So, yeah. Long story short, Ichigo completely stomps Naruto, and it's a complete mismatch. And Screw Attack got, like, nothing right for Ichigo. And I didn't even take into account the Soul Reaper badge that siphons off his power, or the fact that he didn't have an Asauchi. I'm still not exactly sure how to pronounce that. I'm assuming it's that. It's Asauchi. It's spelled Asauchi. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm assuming it's Asauchi. So, and also, he wouldn't even need a Getsuga. He would just need to flick Naruto and he'd be dead. Like, honestly, a much more fair fight would be like Chad versus Naruto. Or like, I don't know, Oryu versus Naruto. Or hey, maybe Fullbring Ichigo versus Naruto. Like, post Fullbring Zanpakuto Ichigo. Because we don't know how strong that is. So, maybe that would be a better fight. But end of series, Ichigo stomps Naruto. And same thing for Dangai. And, like, honestly, Ichigo has been faster than light since the beginning of the series. Ever since he first had the Hollow Mask on, he's been faster than light. Like, I don't think Naruto is quite that good. Like, Naruto is a great series. He's a great character. I love the series and the character. It's just, in a power fight, Ichigo wins. If it's in terms of, like, a versatility fight, Naruto takes it easily. Because he has, like, thousands of techniques. While Ichigo has, like, slashing, Getsuga Tensho, Getsuga Jujisho, Granrei Getsuga, Granrei Sero, and, like, Flash Step. Oh yeah, also there's Blute Vein, so I don't know how much stronger that makes him. It's hypothetically possible that he could use Hiero, which is what the Espadas use to get super powerful. And also, Naruto's kunai and shuriken aren't going to hurt Ichigo even if they hit him. Because, as is shown when Ichigo tries to slash at Kenpachi for the first time when they meet, if your blade doesn't have enough spiritual pressure in it, it's not going to cut someone. So, Naruto could try to, like, shank Ichigo with a kunai, and unless he pumps a bunch of chakra into it, it's not going to do anything. And the same thing for, like, shuriken. So, like, his physical attacks aren't going to do anything. Because of Blute Vein and spiritual pressure, and possibly Hiero. We don't know if he can use it, but I personally like to think he can. But we don't know. So Ichigo, to wrap up, black hole durability, 500 times faster than light, and multi-star level block. So comment down below telling me how wrong I am and how Naruto is better than all of that. Alright, I'll be sure to read as many as I can. But yeah, if you liked the video, like it. If you disliked it, then hit the dislike button. I don't care. If you liked it, share it with someone you like. If you don't like it, share it with someone you don't like. That way everyone wins. You know? And if you think I'm factually accurate, tell me in the comments. If you think I'm inaccurate, also tell me in the comments. I want to improve. But anyway, also if you're not subscribed and you like me, click the subscribe button. But I'm not sure why you would like me. I don't know. Either way, if you feel like it, subscribe. If you feel like it, hit like. If you feel like it, hit dislike. I don't care. If you want to share it, just do whatever the heck you want. But if you want to, do comment telling me more about Naruto so that I'll be able to more easily research him. Because I do want to make a video power scaling Naruto. But as far as I know, Ichigo would just glare at Naruto and he'd be dead. So, yeah. And there's still the whole hypothetical situation of, hey, Ichigo is completely invisible to Naruto, so therefore, as soon as the fight starts, Ichigo just cuts off Naruto's head and wins. But, as I said in the first video, that wouldn't be an interesting fight. That fight would be bad. And then there's also the whole, like, chakra and Reiatsu don't equal each other, so hypothetically, Naruto dies from being on the same planet as End of Series Ichigo. Again, we're not using that because that wouldn't make a good battle. Not that this would make a good battle either way, but, eh. And also, I am aware that chakra is made up of half spiritual power, which is another reason that we're not doing spiritual pressure and chakra aren't the same. But anyway, I will see you in the next video that I'll make in, I don't know, a while. Well, bye.